Hey guys, Sly Gumby here, and here's another brief rundown on today's short and sweet Warriors Den. If you're still not sure what the weekly Warriors Den is, it's a weekly show the For Honor devs put together where they discuss issues, patches, plans for future content, current events, and community questions along with the casual gameplay here and there. This week they held their second community workshop. The community workshop is an event where they invited a few of the top players and most influential people from the community to their facilities to play and test and discuss future content. The division has done this a couple times already, and the outcomes have usually been pretty phenomenal, so I'd assume this will merit the same results, hopefully. Anyway, they started off by reminding everyone that they are diligently posting a weekly article on their site called This Week in For Honor. That covers new content, future plans, and has a community spotlight section. I'll leave a link in the description below to this week's article if you're interested. Weekly polls are another thing that they are starting to do, and this will allow them to gather feedback on what the community would rather do in weekend events, or what we would rather earn for specific rewards and such. So be sure to participate in those so your voice is heard. It's been a full week since the two Viking maps have been reintroduced to matchmaking, and they are happy to report that the previous stability issues have ceased to re-arise. For those of us that are still experiencing service degradation due to the previous Xbox system update, we should expect a fix sometime next week. We are now in the final round of the faction war, and the Knights have yet to win a round, which has sealed our fate to last place. But there is some questions regarding who will win if the Knights win round 5. And the devs informed us that it will come down to whichever faction has more war assets deployed between the Samurai and the Vikings if the Knights win round 5. Also, they do not want to reveal just yet what the rewards will be for winning, but they reassured us that they are definitely worth fighting for. So I'm assuming they're not going to be just sealed chests or steel. There's got to be something flashy that you can only get by winning the faction war, hopefully. New content of the week was also revealed. It's going to be another round of new head ornaments, one per hero. The big patches from last week that launched on PC will be coming out on console next week. For those of you in the dark, there are a tremendous amount of hero rebalance changes coming. I'll leave a link in the description below to the patch notes if you missed them. There is already patch 1.06 in the works, and it will hit PC in about 2 weeks. This will host a handful of stability fixes along with a few tweaks to some heroes as always. The Warden's Vortex will be addressed along with the Raider, getting a few rebalancing changes. Lastly, they mentioned that they will be re-implementing the Join in Progress feature, but reassured us that you will only be able to join in progress at the beginning of matches and not the end. Some of the questions from chat that they addressed were about a possibility of a colorblind mode, the Warlord's loss of headbutt tracking, zone attack flicker bugs. They responded with, yes, they are adding all 3 colorblind options soon. The Warlord's headbutt loss of tracking was definitely intentional, and they are aware of the flicker bug, but it will not get fixed until probably next month sometime. Another question that's come up is regarding the Lawbringer's recent buffs, and more specifically, his light attack that is followed up after his shove. They acknowledged that there's a small bug that will get fixed soon. Their intention is that the shove into light attack cannot be blocked, but it can be dodged. Currently, there's some frame rate, whatever, issues to where it's not consistent across the board, but that'll be fixed soon. And after all that news and information, they invited their special guests from the community workshop to come out and duel each other to wrap up the show. There were a few good matches and some cheap tactics, but these guys were fun to watch. They all knew each other from the competitive community and already had a lot of history in tournaments. So again, I'm excited to see what's in store for the game after their input gets implemented. Anyway, that wrapped up the show and completes all the info I have for you today. So I'll catch you all in the next one. Or Knights tier.